Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Licks and Tricks. This series is going to be dedicated to complete beginners, people that have just started to play the guitar and don't really know how to get started with soloing. If you are an advanced player, then you may find this series a little bit too basic, but you are more than welcome to stay and watch. Maybe you haven't been playing for a few years and you just need a refresher. So I'm going to teach you a few basic licks that you can use in your own playing. They're really simple. Anyone can do these, even if you are just learning. So we'll take them slow, and if you practice them, you'll be able to get these under your fingers and start using them. So I'm just going to play through the licks using a backing track, and then we'll come back and we'll do a close-up of the neck and I'll break them down for you. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be teaching you, so we'll just get to the close-up of the neck and I'll break down each lick. Okay, so the first lick goes like this. So what I'm doing is sliding in from nowhere to the 7th fret on the A string. What I mean by that is I'm sliding in not from a particular note, so I'm not sliding from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. That would sound like that. What I'm doing is I'm sliding in, I'm just sliding in from there, from nowhere really. It's worth practicing. That's a really cool sound. I think if you want to be a bit technical about it, I'm probably hitting the fretboard around the 4th or 5th fret, but I'm not really sure. You'll feel it. You'll feel where it's natural to slide in from. So that's the first note of the first lick. So sliding into the 7th fret of the A string. First finger on the 5th fret of the G string. So you're skipping the D string. So far we've got this. When you play the 5th fret of the G string, try to play it with more of the pad of your first finger, because we're going to roll from the G string onto the D string like this. So it might be worth practicing that. Just that little roll, just from the G string to the D string. So far we've got this. And we're going to end the lick on the 7th fret of the D string. So that again. To play it with me, it comes in on the and of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first lick. The second lick is going to incorporate a basic bend. We're going to be bending from the 7th fret on the G string to the 9th fret. So if you need to practice bending, use your 3rd finger. So that's the 3rd string, 7th fret, have your first and second fingers behind your third finger for support, and bend the note up so it sounds like the 9th fret. When you bend, use your wrist, not your fingers, not like this, but use your wrist. So from the 7th fret up to the 9th fret. And you can check that you're hitting the bend. You can see that's not the note, you can hear it. There we go. So just practice bending for a few minutes. Spend some time on it because it's really beneficial. You're going to come across bending a lot. So the second lick then starts on the 5th fret of the G string, bending up from the 7th fret to the 9th fret. And we come back down, and then we want to pick the 5th fret of the G string again to the 7th fret of the D string. So far we've got this. The next part of that lick is the same, but instead of bending up to the 9th fret, we're only going to be bending to the 8th fret. So it's a blues bend. And it's going to be a quicker bend. Then I played the first lick again. But the second time I changed it slightly to go into the third lick. So that third lick is 5th fret, 3rd string, then 7th fret on the G string with your second finger, slide into the 9th fret, 1st finger, 8th fret B string, back to the 9th fret of the G string, back to the 10th fret of the B string, ending on the 10th fret B string. And the next final bend, the final lick is sliding from the 4th fret to the 5th fret. I'm going to use the pad of my 1st finger to bar across the 1st and 2nd strings, and I'm not going to play from that fret like this. As soon as I strike the strings, I'm going to slide. Play 8th fret on the B string with your 4th finger, off to the 5th fret of the B string. So far we've got this. To the 7th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the G string, 7th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the D string, back to the 7th fret of the D string. So far we've got this. And they're all the licks that I used in that little solo. So practice them, spend some time getting used to them and getting them under your fingers, especially the bending and the slides. The slides are really effective. And it's just sliding from nowhere and sliding out to nowhere as well, rather than starting on a note and sliding in, which is cool as well. Also practice the bends as well, and practice using your wrist rather than your fingers to get up to that note, and just practice. and just have fun with it. There we go. There with your first handful of licks. So there you go. There's your first few licks, really basic licks to learn. Spend a bit of time with them, get your fingers under them, practice the slide, practice the bends, and you'll get them in no time. If you do have any issues at all, then feel free to leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Do apologise if the video is a little bit all over the place. This is my first tutorial, so I'm still learning and I'll work on my presentation for next time. If you did find value in this video, be sure to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Licks and Tricks.